Here we go. Time for the fashion show. Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. Now, you look just like somebody walking down the street.
Yeah.
Everyday clothing.
Yep.
That looks really groovy.
Okay.
Okay.
Looks
now.
better on a bicycle.
Oh, does
Get
it?
Plenty of breeze through there.
Okay, and this is the nothing natural fiber.
No, this one is actually cotton.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I've got another one in there that's, what do they call it? Dry material or something. Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Microfibers. What?
do a twirl.
Do a twirl.
And there's the back. Oh, I see. Oh, good. Okay.
Could be, it's like a normal bike shirt.
It's a nice deep pocket.
Yeah. It's like a normal bike shirt.
Okay.
It just gives me a little extra.
And you can put a snack in there.
Yeah. Or, so if you go for 2 days,
Yes.
I can't carry enough food.
Hang on, I need to back a little bit.
I
Stop.
can't carry enough food for 2 days
Okay.
on the bike.
All right, I
I
understand.
prefer not to. So we stop at a little store that's open on a Sunday, like
Yes.
a little quickie mart or something like
Yes,
that.
yes.
And then we can buy
Fruit.
whatever,
Yeah.
you know. And it's like a normal bike shirt. It's just, it's a more normal bike shirt now.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's just a little something, yeah.
Okay. And in a pinch, you could always put a cardigan over it and just wear it out to go to the
Absolutely.
grocery
I
pickup.
just wear it as it is.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, as long as you're not got anything big and square in the back of it, it's fine.
yeah.
It doesn't puff out or anything.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm going to stop that one.
Okay.
What I need next is for you to put on the pants
I'm not going to put them on.
with the flames.
No.
Oh, come on. I want to see you with the flames.
No, I'm not putting them on.
Aw. There we go. Now, what have you just walked through the door with?
They are my climbing pants.
Don't come too close because I'm losing
Oh,
the whole
okay.
effect.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
My climbing pants.
All right. Now you can come closer. That's really groovy. And those are?
What?
What are they meant to be?
Oh, they're like a Tibetan or like a flame.
A flame.
In
Okay.
a sort of an Indian Tibetan style.
All right.
Not my idea. It's something I saw on Instagram that inspired me to do it. So.
All right. But all creativity is inspired by something else.
Yep.
All right. Now, tell me what you've done, where the pants came from. No, I'm serious.
Okay.
Where'd the pants come from, and what did the flames
Okay, hang on.
come from?
Right.
There you go. Thank you very much.
So what do you want to know?
What I'd like to know is where did the pants come from that you recycled, and where did? Sorry, let me ask the question. I am the interrogator, interviewer. I'm the interviewer. All right, where did the pants come from that you started with, and this flame pattern that you have? Where did that fabric come from?
Okay, so I made the pants
You made the pants.
from just out of linen fabric.
Okay, we'll discuss where the linen fabric came from later.
Okay. No, we'll do it now.
Okay.
A long time ago when we lived in the south of France, in the Midi-Pyrenees, we went to a brocante and we bought a whole bunch of linen sheets, which we think were from a hospital.
Yes, they
because
were.
they were all, you'd call single bed sheets. Small bed, twins, I don't know, whatever, depending on what country you live in.
Okay.
We've taken them to Australia, we've brought them back to France, they've sat in a box, we haven't used them as sheets.
So we brought them with us back from Australia.
Yeah. And they're white. So I used that material. I took another pair of linen pants that I've got and basically used that as a pattern. Just tapered the leg for climbing. Made an elastic waist pair of pants, which is easy as. With a pocket, for no good reason. Dyed them blue.
Yes.
Mottled blue. That was, let's just say that was intentional. Or a happy accident. And then appliqued this part on. This is the inside of your knee. That protects you when you're climbing. And then this tan colour is also linen.
Yes.
From an old dress of yours.
Yes.
That you weren't using anymore.
No, it was a dress that I bought, and
Yeah.
I never wore it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw another guy on Instagram that had done
Right.
some applique work on something like that. So that inspired me to do something similar with the flames.
All right, I'm going to come forward. If you
Hang
hold
on,
it,
let me just get it a bit more.
I was just going to say,
Right,
you've got red stitching on there too.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go. Now I can see that.
And that's sort of inspired by the Japanese sashiko, repairing stitching.
That's wonderful.
And then that's just appliqued on.
Okay, so when you made these pants from scratch,
Yeah.
out of a great big piece of linen,
Uh-huh.
where did you get the pattern?
I made it.
You made up a pattern?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I used, like, these pants. These are linen pants of yours that you weren't wearing anymore that fit me perfectly.
They were, what do you call it, unisex linen
Yeah,
pants.
they're just like a loungewear or something like that. linen
That's
pants.
exactly what they are, yeah.
So I basically used that as to give me the size
Right.
and all that sort of thing, even though the linen's a different thickness.
But it looks good all together.
So, yeah, and then I just cut a pattern out, and then this is the second pair.
Okay.
I just trialled the first pair, and I thought if they were any good, I can just wear them around the house as lounge pants.
Yeah.
And they were fine. They're still in white, and I've actually worn those to the post office.
And nobody looked at you funny on the street?
White in winter.
Yeah.
A little bit funny, but
Okay.
whatever. Yeah, so just like that.
So you've recycled something again, and it's a wonderful use of fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they actually work as climbing pants.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Terrific.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop now. Say bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
And who are you?
Who are me? I'm Mark.
Okay.
There you go. Nice, comfy linen pants for going up a wall with plastic holds on.
Yep. That's exactly what you're doing when you're climbing.
Yep.
Okay. Bye. I'm going to do a tiny follow-up to the segment that Mark just discussed about the pants that he made. He was explaining about the linen fabric. And this is one of those things that sometimes you just look at something, you're out and you're shopping. Maybe you're in a brocante, maybe you're in a used whatever shop, a thrift shop, I think you call it still in the United States, in England and in Australia. We call them op shops. You might find something that you would never wear, but you look at the fabric and you go, ooh, that could be turned into something. And that's where we've really been seizing the day on this for a while. I love old tweed. I love old
It's
what?
officially called thrifting.
Thrifting, yes. Oh, thank you very much. Handsome man walking around in a singlet. Yes, it's a wonderful way to reuse fabric. You don't need to just put everything into the pickup bin for, donating to charity. That's fine. But what if you can look at it as pieces, as components? I've taken clothing that I really didn't like anymore, but I loved the buttons. And Mark, years ago, made me a darling little button box that was one of those little formed cardboard boxes that you can buy at a craft store. And he painted a design on it and then painted buttons in a little design all stacked. And I love that. So we have a button box. We have snap lid containers that contain fabric that we have salvaged off of clothing. Back to the linen story though. When we lived in Saint-Geron, down in the Midi-Pyrenees, Saint-Geron was an interesting town, and the one next to it was equally interesting, even if it was just a tiny bit smaller. That was Saint-Lizier, and they had an old mill, and I'm not sure if it was a paper mill. I'm not sure what the mill was used for originally back in the 1800s and early 1900s. But when they emptied out the mill, they turned it into, oh, let's see, what did we call it in the United States and Australia? Antique mall. It was like an antique mall, and you had all these different dealers in there, and they had everything from 1960s and 70s and 50s mid-century stuff to things that looked like they'd been in grandma's house, furniture that nobody would want for anything. But upstairs, they had great big tables, and laid out on all these tables were stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of linen. And I started looking at them. Mark was still downstairs looking at something else, and it was sheets. And they were from an old hospital that doesn't even exist anymore. Some of them had like a stamp on the corner that said what hospital they were from. Others were in packages tied up with bows, and they were original sheets from the 1940s. And they're beautiful. And like he said, we've carried them around for years. And the linen is such a good quality. Now, we have some of the larger ones that we actually do use on our bed. We've washed them a million times. They're fabulous. They're cool in the summertime. They're warm.
They're heavy in winter.
They're heavy because of the fabric. It's really heavy. And they're wonderful. So you never know what you're going to find. Keep your eyes open when you're out. Especially, what if you come over here as a tourist and you want to just have a vintage snuffle and you see something that says brocante? Go in there and see what they've got. If you're at home in Canada or the United States or the UK, look in the op shops, look in the vintage shops, look in the thrift stores, see what's in there, and look at it with different eyes. Think about what can you take apart and reassemble as something else. It's such fun. It really is. It's such fun. We're going to show you more examples of this kind of thing, including, remember a couple of years ago there was a term that everybody was using, and it was mainly for mending sweaters, and you'd get a moth hole and you'd go, where did that come from? Because I keep my sweaters in snap lid containers or plastic bags, and they've got, lavender inside. They're not supposed to be able, but the moth will find its way in if it wants to, if it's determined enough. And the term was visible mending, and you would not necessarily mend using the same color thread of wool. You would use sometimes another color, and people would make little designs. They would, make little animals or make little pictures of houses or whatever. Visible mending is something that's wonderful fun, but what if you're using it to mend something that's an everyday piece of clothing that you really need to not lose for some specific reason? That's a bit of a hint. We're going to be showing you that in the next episode. I hope you're enjoying this. We're enjoying doing it for you. We'll talk to you later. Bye.